The first thing you need to know is that sheet music is made up of 5 lines and 4 spaces. These lines and spaces represent different pitches in music. The bottom line is the lowest pitch and the top line is the highest pitch. The notes are written on these lines and spaces, and they tell you which pitch to play. Welcome to our tutorial on how to read music notes. In this video, we'll be breaking down the basics of sheet music and teaching you how to read and understand the different symbols and notation used in music. Let's get started. Reading pitches from a score. Staff notation. The earliest forms of Western notation showed rising or falling melody lines, without identifying pitches by letter name. With the invention of the staff, the plural is staves, specific pitches could be notated by placing them on lines or spaces. Early staves had a variable number of lines, but the modern staff consists of exactly 5 lines and 4 spaces, part B, which are generally read from bottom to top, with the bottom line called the first and the top line the fifth. Now let's talk about clefs. Treble clef. To identify notes on the staff's lines and spaces, you need a clef, the symbol that appears to the far left of every staff. The clef tells which line or space represents which pitch, in which octave. The treble clef is used for higher notes, those played by a piano's right hand or higher instruments and voices. This clef is also called the G clef. Its shape resembles a cursive capital G, and the end of its central curving line rests on the staff line G. This example shows how all the other pitches can be read from G, counting up and down in the musical alphabet, 1 pitch for each line and space. To write notes lower or higher than the staff, we add short lines called ledger lines below or above it, as in the example. Memorize the note names for each line and space. Learn the line notes together and the space notes together, as in the example. These should be familiar from counting letter names in thirds. To memorize the lines together or spaces together, you might make up sentences whose words begin with their letter names. The treble clef lines, e.g. BDF, for example, might be, every good bird does fly, or, every good bond drives fast. The spaces of the treble clef make it easy for you, they simply spell FACE. This example shows whole and half steps on the treble staff, notated with accidentals. Listen to each one to hear the difference in sound between these intervals. When you write pitches on the staff, place the accidental before, to the left of, the note head, the main, oval, part of the note. When you say or write the letter names, however, the accidental goes after the letter name. Now let's get practice. Write the letter names below each note. Let's try another exercise. Identify whether each pair of pitches spans a whole step, W, half step, H, or neither, N. And that's the basics of reading sheet music. Remember, practice makes perfect, and reading sheet music will become second nature with time. In the next lessons, we will mention other elements that are very important for reading and writing music. We will talk about F clef and C clef. To know about the next lessons, subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next lesson. Goodbye.